Hello guys! Today is a bit of an interesting video because I'm getting my ears scanned for some earplugs. So if you saw my Guitar Show 2023 Birmingham vlog, you saw I spoke to someone from a company called Dakin Custom Audio, and he is very kindly coming over to my house today, and he's going to take some 3D scans of my ears. It's a little bit different to the kind of usual moulding thing that you'd get done, and apparently it's supposedly a little bit more accurate because if you get moulds done to make earplugs, they can sometimes leave little gaps. So it's fairly new technology, and as far as I'm aware, and it should be kind of interesting to film the process. So if this is something that you would be interested in getting done, you kind of know what to expect and what happens basically. And you can see the inside of my ear. Yay! Dave will also be getting his scanned as well. So yeah, it should be interesting. Again, if you're kind of a bit edgy about going out to places to get stuff like this done as well, he does come to your house. So he's very kindly coming to mine, and he should be here any minute. So the next thing you'll see is probably me and Miles, and I'll do my best to film what I can of the process, so you've got nothing to worry about if you are thinking of doing this as well. And once I've got the actual earplugs and I've had time to kind of test them out and live with them a bit, I will then do a follow-on video where I review the earplugs and my experience with them and kind of what I think of them. So hopefully you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, guess who has arrived?
Hiya.
With his amazing setup.
Thank you very, very much. So this is the scanning station. This is kind of when we first met at the guitar show,
yeah,
we had this all set up and we were scanning people's ears, not their brains.
Brain scanner.
Into their head. But basically the way it works is, as opposed to like traditional in-ears and kind of impressions that you have, they normally put loads of silicone expanding goo in your ear, and it makes a physical impression, whereas this is fully digital. So the only thing that goes in your ear is this little probe, and you wear this on your head and look really snazzy. And basically this is like a tracking ring, and it's got cameras on it, and it uses lasers basically to build up a 3D image of your ear, which is really cool.
Amazing.
So it's like less intrusive, it's quicker, safer, and generally more comfortable and accurate than traditional impressions. So
awesome.
It's working really well. So then we take that 3D render of stuff and send it off to whoever, ACS, 64, Fur Audio, whoever's building the earplugs or the in-ears.
Cool.
So,
and you were saying you're the only person in the UK at the moment that's allowed to do this for the music industry.
Yep, that's me. So yeah, 3D scans for in-ear monitors or hearing protection is DCA exclusively.
Awesome. Cool. So you know where to go.
Yeah. DCA UK on everything.
Awesome. I apologise about my hair.
That's alright, if you just hold it out the way for a sec. Let's have a little look. So I'm just going to brace against your cheek there.
So here is just doing the initial checks, making sure that everything is okay in my ears, and then we can get on with the actual scanning.
So this one.
No sign of any brain yet.
No, still searching.
That's the oracle.
It's up to you.
Hey Google, left or right?
What's left?
She doesn't know left and right.
Okay, flip a coin. Hey Google, flip a coin. Doesn't know what. Oh.
You too far
Hey
away?
Google.
It's all going down to Google. Hey Google, flip a coin.
It's heads.
Heads is right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go.
Happens to be the side I'm standing on. No, I'll never know.
Do you need me to move my hair?
If that's
more out
alright,
the
yeah,
way?
just kind of out the way, and I'll kind of pin it back like that.
So here comes the lobotomy mask. You won't remember a single thing.
Rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal of mine.
What's in there? What treasures?
So during the scanning process, it's actually recommended that you don't speak because it can change the shape of your ear canal, which can actually, of course, impact the shape of the mould. So hence my awkward silence in this moment, but I couldn't speak or smile or pretty much do anything just so to make sure that everything was kind of running okay. Normally as well, you would be asked to do an ear checkup or get your ears cleaned about a week beforehand, just to make sure that they're able to take the impressions, as if there's too much debris in your ears, it's obviously not doable. But because this was such short notice, we just went ahead with it, and he did a quick check of my ears, checked that everything was okay, and thankfully it was. But yeah, normally expect to have to do that beforehand just to kind of make sure that they're able to do it. But luckily we were good to go today, so here we go.
So the main ticking sound you can hear, by the way, it's just it like thinking and picking up stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's scanning itself. So cool, right, that's that bit done. I'm just go around the outside. One day I'm gonna like 3D print somebody's ear and send them their own ears in their own ear. I love how, by the way, I've just said we'll start on the right ear and we've started on the left.
That's true.
Because that's the side I'm stood on. I don't know, like that's on the hand I was holding the thing in. I think it's more to the point. Cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just press the end of the tip of the probe in your contra ball there. So you'll kind of go and do that, and then you'll see what I'm seeing. So you'll kind of see inside your ear. If you feel like at any point any kind of like
Nausea,
dizziness, like a cough coming on or anything like that,
yeah,
obviously just raise your hand up and let me know. Just try
Yeah.
to talk for me while we're doing it. That's all right. Coolio. Right. So I'm just going to brace against your cheek there, and again, like I said, just relax for me and keep your jaw relaxed if you can. And we'll see how we go. So we're coming up against the stuff here. Is that uncomfortable for you?
No.
I think we got it anyway, which is great. So just relax. That is actually the uncomfortable bit down. So I'm just gonna,
really?
yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to go around the outside of your ear, and you'll see your ear being painted on the screen. Painted with a laser. And you can see on here. Like there, if you come around this one, you'll see like there's a blue laser that kind of paints it all up. Look.
Oh, crikey, yeah.
So it's a tiny little camera in the end of this, which is basically using it to locate it. And this is the ring one. And so like any bits that are yellow on the screen are bits that I need to essentially fill in. Any bits with a black ring around it are stuff where it thinks it knows what it's doing, but I still like to don't like the machines to think too much. I've not seen Terminator, but apparently that's like a thing. Empty stuff, almost finished. Cool.
Cool.
That is it. So
Really?
yeah. So you can see there that we've got to the second bend of your ear canal there. So the first bend's kind of this. You've got quite straight ear canals to be fair. That's the second bend there. So yeah, earplugs will come to around here. So
Cool.
just save that, and you'll see it spinning, and then we can kind of do the other one.
How was that?
It was fun. It actually felt quite nice.
Really?
It was like, that's the uncomfortable bit. I was like, no, continue.
First rule of YouTube: always press go on. On the timer. There you go. That's your ear spinning in 3D, which is pretty cool.
That is actually crazy.
So
That's weird.
that's
Cool.
Amazing. So you
Cool.
can see here the bit that's kind of always a little bit trickier to get to is
Yeah.
kind of up here. So
Okay.
because that's where everyone's kind of naturally has a crease in their ear. So I'm just going to grab that bit of information there. But other than that, it's all spot on. So
Cool.
what was that, like less than 2 minutes? I'm just happy with that. Cool.
Awesome. That's
Job
so
done.
quick.
Nice.
I know, right? Yeah. So the way this works is obviously we've now got a complete 3D scan of your whole ear. So what I then do is I'll send this scan off to guys that I work with, so ACS in this case for the hearing protection, but everyone that I work with, they all 3D print their in-ear monitors and earplugs. So are already working like in the digital world anyway, so this basically takes out like 4 or 5 steps for them anyway.
Wow.
Which is kind of cool. So, and also this is super accurate, and it's kind of the same way you'd have like 3D scans in dentistry and stuff like that, which is down to a fraction of a millimetre of accuracy. This is doing exactly the same thing.
That's mental.
So they'll have your scans by, well, I can email it over to them now, so they'll have it within minutes.
Yeah.
So that kind of again gets you like in the production queue a little bit quicker, which is nice. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know, if you've got like a gig on a Friday and you send off scans, it kind of might knock you over a weekend. You might miss a couple of gigs, whereas with this you can kind of catch you the week before. And yeah, I don't know, just generally it's just a little bit quicker and a bit more, I don't know, well, it makes sense to me that everything is digitized because it's going to be digitally modelled anyway. So if you capture the best digital data you can straight away, it's nicer for you, and also it's quicker and easier for the manufacturers as well. So
Makes complete sense.
especially with 3D printing. I mean,
Yeah.
people do still make them in the traditional way, and some manufacturers do, but yeah, got like 100% fit success rate with these guys so far.
Amazing.
So
Cool.
it's good. It works, and it looks weird.
It does look weird,
It
but I
looks
quite
like
like it.
so many sets of ears by now. It's kind of cool though. So, right, Dave. Oh, mate, no. Right, man. So what I'm going to do, like I said, same as before, I'm just going to tap the tip of that in your punch bowl, and then we're going to get any pain or discomfort or anything like that, please let me know. I'm just not needed, but you'll see what I see. Awesome, man. Here we go. Straight into them.
Oh, hello, here.
Right, go for me for a sec. So your second bend is technically here.
Yeah.
So this is kind of, you can, if you think of it in terms of like your hand, you can kind of put your little finger kind of comes to about here. That's kind of your first bend, and then your second bend is there, and your eardrum is about here, a couple of millimeters after. So it really does go deep, but these are kind of designed to, 17 dB ones anyway, are designed to kind of be flat. So that's kind of what I recommend for you folks, realistically, because it's just like brings the world down as opposed to augmenting anything or rolling off the top end like really like heavy like 26 dB stuff does. It's not strictly necessary, and these do for 99% of environments. So
Awesome.
they're better than these.
Yeah, I've been using them for years. And all you get is like low end.
Well,
You have to kind of compensate for
But
it.
I have the problem that you get low end, but it's not clear, so I can't actually hear myself properly because it's all just
Yeah, I
all
think
the
it's
time.
the bass, isn't it? It's got more low end frequency, and there's no highs though.
I really struggle. I can never hear properly what I'm playing, so I'm usually just going by feel and memory.
Exactly, like doing it like Braille almost. Like this is so these, especially the 17s, they're flat all the way down to 20 hertz. So it just literally means that you're still in the room. You can still feel it, and you can actually still like make tonal like decisions with them in.
That's cool.
So if you're gigging and you're like something's not quite right, or it's not quite cutting, or it's not quite, something's not thumping in the way that it should, you can still tweak stuff without annoying a sound engineer. Going, that's so high. So we need to crank the treble up to 12. It's like, oh no, I haven't. Like, I can still hear what's going on. So
that's
awesome.
So they are sick.
Yeah,
Especially like I always say for people, if you're using in-ear monitors, always take your in-ears out and put these guys in, because it means as well you won't have like a feel of difference between from when you take your in-ears out on stage and walk out into the audience. It's not like all of a sudden everything's really loud now at a gig. Everything's kind of constant.
Makes sense.
So it works quite well.
Awesome.
Okay, so we are done and dusted. I've got to say that was actually a really pleasant experience. I kind of expected it to feel a bit strange, kind of having someone poking around in your ears, but it actually felt fine and it didn't bother me at all. Sometimes things feel a little bit weird to me when they're poking around. Dave's the same, he finds it a bit odd, but even he was okay with it. So if you are kind of a bit wary of people poking around in your ears, I can wholeheartedly say from my experience that it was not unpleasant at all. In fact, I actually thought it felt quite relaxing. I don't know if it's meant to, but it did feel quite nice, so there's that. So if you are nervous, in my experience, this was a really, really quick process. Each ear only took about 2 minutes each. They were really well behaved, thank God. It was really quick, really easy, totally cuts out the middleman of having to, like if you've got molds, having to take a scan, then put the mould in, then send that off, send a load of other stuff off. It just gets it all out the way, 2 minutes each side, and away you go. They can send off to get your earplugs done. So it's really quick, really quite pleasant. Miles was really kind of, he kept you at ease. He was really easy to talk to, really calm. So if you are nervous about this sort of thing, he will definitely put you at ease. There's absolutely no reason to be kind of apprehensive about this in my experience. So if you are after some custom mould earplugs or in-ear monitors, I would highly recommend Dakin Custom Audio, because my experience has been absolutely spot on. I couldn't have asked for a better experience. Also, I've got to say, just to clarify, these are just earplugs for me. I'm not going for in-ear monitors at this point in time, and I'm finally going to hear myself properly, because what they'll do is, unlike the foam ones that you would normally get that just kind of dampen everything down and block out noise, these aren't made to block out noise. They're just made to actually lower the volume while keeping the same kind of sound quality. So as a bass player, that's really nice, because quite often all I hear is like a really muffled frequency, and there's not a lot of definition in either my tone or anything I even play, and a lot of the time it ends up just being by feel, which is not ideal. So I'm really looking forward to trying these out, and hopefully it will make a world of difference. I'm sure it will, but I'll be doing a review of how they are later down the line once I've had time to test them. They do in-ear monitors as well, so if that's something you're after, I can highly recommend going with these guys, because they're amazing. I did get a chance to briefly listen through some of the in-ear monitors, and they sounded absolutely awesome, so I can highly recommend them. Hopefully this has been an enjoyable video. It was definitely an enjoyable experience. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully if you're thinking about this, it has kind of put you at ease about the process. And also got to say, if you would like to support the channel further, I'll put a link in the description to some of my original music, as well as Patreon, etc. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.